Welcome, Jordan here. If you've been finding yourself asking the question of why is it when I achieve more, I actually feel less? Why is it that when I hit milestones, hit goals, the wins that used to feel like massive accomplishments don't really feel like wins anymore? I want to help explain that to you in this video. I want to help give you confidence and certainty in the path that's unfolding before you. Because when you go on the path of achieving something and you achieve it, and it doesn't quite hit the way you expected it to, that can be an incredibly challenging place to be. I speak with men on a weekly basis who go through these different things, hitting 20K months, 50K months, sometimes even 100K months and beyond, and still not really feeling the way that they would like to feel within their own life. And it starts to affect their relationships. It starts to affect how they show up within the business. And it's an incredibly challenging place to be. So I see you. It's not an easy place. What's happening more often than not is that you are realizing at a deep internal level that you hitting the milestones or achieving the things is never going to actually satisfy the internal desire within. And that's a challenging place to be. That's like the whole rug of reality that you once knew to be true pulled from underneath you. And many people won't accept that as truth. They won't accept that as reality because that's incredibly, incredibly daunting. But it is the catalyst for one of the biggest and most expansive and amazing breakthroughs that you will ever have in your life. It's just that it is very, very challenging to see that now. But I would challenge you to try and see that now. I'll never forget in my own journey when I was building momentum within my marketing agency and traveling the world and figuring things out. I had this endless desire to achieve goals, and I would make my to-do list and I would knock those things off, and I would go on that path of ticking the boxes each and every day. But no matter how many clients I signed, no matter how many achievements I hit along the way or how many boxes I ticked, it never really felt like it was going to give me what I wanted. Now, fortunately, I was able to recognize this early on, which actually led me to what I do now and to make the pivot that I did a couple of years ago. And I speak to men on a weekly basis who've gone through the same thing. They've built either a marketing agency or they've been in sales for quite some time, and they're making great money. They're achieving the things, they're knocking those things off the list, but they're not feeling it within. Because that's the reason that we started these things in the first place, isn't it? We wanted to feel a certain way. We wanted to feel a certain way within ourselves. We wanted to feel confident and whole within ourselves. We wanted to feel respect. We want to feel respected by others. We want to feel like we are in our power. We are in control of our life. And when we endlessly achieve things and then realize that it's not going to give us the internal fulfillment that we're truly looking for, then that becomes the work. That's the catalyst. That's the calling to go within. And many men won't answer that call. I'll just be real, because I speak with many men, and other communities where there's a lot of men going through these different experiences in different ways, in their own journey. Absolutely, everyone's journey is unique. But many men won't face that noise because it's one of the most challenging things that you'll ever do. The true character of a man is developed when he can sit alone in silence with his own pain, his own emotions, and the energy that carries within his life. Because only then will you actually face the truth of who you are. All of the shadow aspects of yourself, the inadequacies, the insecurities, the inferiorities, all those things that we all have, me included. All these things that we got to work through that are unique to our journey, right? Our journey here on this planet. And we all carry these different things into our life that get formed and mirrored back to us and amplified in those early formative years, and then continue throughout our life. And until we address those things and dissolve them, they will run our life. Carl Jung said it best, like, if you don't make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life, and you will call it fate. This is the shadow aspect of all of us. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, because on the other side of this is the actual fulfillment, the actual love, the actual happiness that you're truly craving. Because on the surface, hitting goals is amazing. But what you're truly looking for is a feeling. You're looking for a feeling of being fulfilled on purpose, like you are showing up as your best self, and then the results just amplify that. But you don't need the results for you to feel that. That's true power. And that journey is all an internal game, because no amount of external success will give you the feeling that you're looking for, but it can be the pathway to do the internal work. Because I'm not saying that we just do internal work and then we feel fulfillment and then everything is solved. We're here to build, we're here to grow, we're here to serve and expand. And in that way comes interacting with people, building things and helping people. But to truly help somebody, we have to be coming from a giving place. And oftentimes when we are in service to others, or we're coaching, or we're building a business, or we're leading a team, or we have clients that we're helping, if we are secretly looking for them to validate us, if we're secretly looking for our audience on social media to give us attention, to make us feel better, because look at me, I'm so great, that energy is taking, not giving. It's masked as giving, and it will appear as that way, but oftentimes it is taking, because you're trying to receive something from them, from anyone. And this is where this journey gets even deeper, because going into the depths of your soul and looking at these darker parts of yourself and integrating them, loving them, seeing yourself as a full human being, ego, self, shadow, conscious, unconscious, integrating it all into one, all of these different things. That's the work. And on the other side of that, you achieve the fulfillment internally. You receive the love that you desired, or the validation within. That's when you truly lead in a very, very powerful way. And it's a journey, don't get me wrong. And it's not that you sit around and you wait until that moment and then you go do it. Can absolutely do that. But the journey of living, building, executing, and creating all of these things, they actually help us in that internal journey as well, because by taking action towards something, you give yourself mirrors. You give yourself reflections. When we take action and we move forward with courage and we're building, and even though we don't have it all figured out, we're still moving forward. We're not waiting to do all the internal work to move. That's not what we're talking about here. We're doing both at the same time. And when we are moving forward with momentum, we can get those mirrors back to us. The people who trigger us, the team members who don't follow the orders that we give. Orders is probably the wrong word, but you get what I mean. Clients who don't do the work, right? Clients who are leaving. Social media is something that we watch, causes us to feel a certain way. We have a fight with our partner. We feel insecure about something within a relationship. All of these different things, they all happen in different ways for all of us at different times, because they are mirrors. It is the mirror of reality pointing back to you to go inwards within yourself. And until you go inwards within yourself, and until you actually face that part of yourself, you'll just keep experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. You could leave the relationship, you'll just experience the same thing in the next relationship. You can completely close down your entire business, start a new business, you experience the same thing until you face it. So you can't escape the shadow. It will always follow you. On a sunny day, it's the same thing. You look around, your shadow's there. You turn around the other side, it's over the other side. It's always there. Your shadow is always, always there. So we got to be able to face it, because at the other side of facing that shadow is the fulfillment, is the feeling that we're truly looking for. And then when you build from that place and you achieve the external goals from that place, well, they're just nice bonuses. They're the icing on the cake. They're beautiful. They're amazing. We celebrate them like we would anything else. But every day is a celebration instead, because your self-worth and your level of self-respect, or how you feel about yourself, isn't based on what you achieve or what you do. We live in a world oftentimes where men are just constantly reaffirmed and told that our value is based on what we do. And it's not true. It's false. Your value as a human being is not determined by what you do. You're already valuable. Now, if you're talking about creating value within a market, then yes, what you do makes sense, but not your actual value as a human being. It's very different. And I think we're walking into a beautiful part of humanity and evolution where people are waking up to these things. So, brother, I see you. It's a challenging place to be. But at the other side of this is everything that you want. And that's not hype. That's not me just trying to make you feel better. Like, that is truth. That is truth. But it requires you to walk the path to go and figure out what that means for you. And that's an internal journey. So get support, get help along the way, whether that's from me or from somebody else. Just get support. Don't isolate yourself, because oftentimes, again, as men, we just isolate ourselves. We have to figure everything out by ourselves. We put the weight of the world on our shoulders. No, I just got to figure it out. Got to lone wolf it. We always do this. I've done it so many times myself as well. And sometimes even catch myself still doing it. Don't have to do the journey alone. It's not about that. And at the other side of this is everything that you want. So challenge yourself now to have certainty in the situation that you're in, even when you can't see the path. Certainty beyond logic. The physical world around you, what you're experiencing, it doesn't showcase the reality that you want, but by injecting certainty into your situation, knowing that at the other side of this is something amazing, because you're walking the path, that will give you the energy to keep moving forward. So with all that being said, you're being forged. You're walking through the fire, unraveling what it means to truly be you. That's a beautiful journey, man. Challenging, but it's incredible. So I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, let me know. We'd love to hear what you're thinking in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.